Hi everyone! Today, I'm bringing you gossip that's lighting up celebrity media and social networks. Sara Bluma's public outburst against her ex-husband Estefan Papa and the alleged role he may have played in her relationship with Can. The line that set everything off, Sara posted a very harsh sentence on her social media and deleted it a few minutes later, but it was already too late. Screenshots spread everywhere. In that message, she accused Estefan of something very specific, of separating her from Can, the man she had been hopeful about after the divorce. Her tone wasn't just anger. It sounded like real pain, an open wound, a perfect marriage only on the surface. For a long time, Sara and Estefan sold an immaculate image. Luxury events, red carpets, affectionate photos, and sweet words for the public. But behind the scenes, according to people close to them, the marriage had been falling apart for years. Intense jealousy, excessive control, and increasingly frequent arguments. So when they announced their divorce, even though they claimed it was cordial, Sara's recent line makes it clear the split wasn't as calm or friendly as they portrayed. Can enters the story, and Sara smiles again. After the divorce, Sara disappeared for a while and later returned with a different glow. Rumors started when she was seen with Can, a very well-known actor and model, at a fashion event. The looks, the closeness, the gestures didn't seem like just friendship. At first, they kept things discreet, but to many, it was obvious there was something more. Sara looked free and happy for the first time in ages. The ex's shadow, what Estefan allegedly did. And this is where the story gets heavier. People say Estefan couldn't stand seeing Sara move on and began acting behind the scenes. He reportedly spoke badly about her in meetings with brands, allegedly tried to block professional collaborations involving her, and most seriously, is said to have contacted Can's circle warning that the relationship could harm his career. There are even rumors that he hinted to producers the romance would cause problems on set. All of this had been circulating quietly until Sara finally exploded with that direct sentence. A real breakup or just a crisis? After her message, all eyes turned to Can. Why? Because in recent weeks, they haven't been seen together. They haven't posted new photos, but they also haven't deleted the old ones. Insiders talk about tension. Can may be distant because of projects and a packed schedule, while Sara could be emotionally drained by pressure from her ex and changes in her professional life. The big question is, did they really split, or are they just going through a rough patch? Estefan stays silent, and that divides people. Estefan hasn't said a word. His circles say he's worried, but he prefers to keep quiet because if he speaks, everything could explode. And of course, social media split into two camps. Some say, if he's silent, he must be hiding something. Others think he's not responding to avoid feeding the scandal. But everyone agrees on one thing. This story isn't over. Will they face each other soon? The tension could rise even more because all three move in the same circles. There are rumors they may appear at the same major ceremony in a few weeks. Imagine the atmosphere if that happens. Cameras, red carpet, and a triangle that's still burning. With all this whirlwind of comments about Demet Özdemir, I'm left with a bitter feeling. No matter what she does, there's always someone ready to turn her into the character of the moment. I'm tired of seeing her name used as fuel for theories that change every week, almost always with the same intention. Either painting her as the calculating strategist, pulling strings in the shadows, or as the perfect culprit for anything that happens around Ken Yaman. I don't buy either caricature. What I see is a public woman being asked for absolute consistency in a world that rarely demands it from anyone else. One thing that really grates on me is how easily people talk about her personal life as if it were a television script. She went to work one day and never came back. She went to live with Ken. It was all planned. It's all fake. To me, that sounds like people who need a neat, closed plot to feel safe. Reality is rarely that tidy. And when I hear versions that are so polished and final sounding, they feel more like heated fandom products than actual facts. In that narrative, Demet isn't a person. She's a wild card, assigned whatever role is convenient at the time. I also find it unfair how her romantic history is used as a weapon. Whether people call her divorce peaceful or her breakup complicated, they immediately place her at the center, as if she must publicly justify her past. And when delicate topics are dragged in, dark accusations, family conflicts, issues involving children, it turns my stomach. Not because I want to defend her blindly, but because it feels brutal to turn rumors of that scale into social media ammunition. If there's real pain in those matters, it isn't entertainment. And if there isn't, it's even worse. It's smearing someone for sport. What I notice as well is that Demet is judged by a very strange moral yardstick. On one hand, some attack her saying everything she does is vulgar, that her appearances have made her hated, as if a woman had to ask permission to exist publicly without being punished for her style or for how she presents herself. That judgment feels old and comfortable to me. It doesn't criticize a specific action. It punishes an attitude, a freedom. And the curious part is that when a male actor has the same exposure, people call it charisma. When she has it, they call it provocation. That double standard irritates me. Then there's the eternal theory that everything is strategy, that the talk about her now is meant to set up a reunion after some project, that all the noise is marketing. I get why that idea is tempting. It's easy to believe there's a master chessboard where everything moves for publicity. But to me, it's a simplification that erases Demet as a professional, as if she had no career of her own, as if her value depended on returning to a famous pairing. And no, Demet has shown she can carry a project alone, that she has an audience and presence. Reducing her to half of a couple strips away her agency. Another thing that stands out is how people debate her life as if they knew more than she does. There are comments about custody, courts, who deserves what, without knowing what's really happening behind closed doors. That crosses a line for me. You can comment on what you see, sure, but when you use intimate matters as proof of your theory, you're no longer giving an opinion, you're inventing a verdict. And Demet shouldn't have to live under the internet's tribunal for her life to be considered valid. Deep down, what I perceive is something much simpler and more human. Demet is trapped in the reflection of a story the public refuses to let go. Some people still view her through Can Yaman, as if her identity were frozen in that phase. And every time she moves on, changing projects, partners, or direction, that public reacts as if she were breaking the ending they wrote in their heads. I find that sad because it says more about other people's expectations than about her. So my conclusion is clear. I don't need to believe in big conspiracies to understand what's happening. I see an actress trying to live and work while being turned into the unwilling star of a circus of versions. I see a woman who's expected to be pure, silent, or endlessly self-justifying, Yet she keeps moving forward. That's why when I hear that everything is fake, everything is planned, everything is her fault, I only think one thing. People aren't looking at Demet. They're using her. And it's time to see her for what she is, a person and a professional, not a piece that everyone rearranges to fit their own story.